Action. Okay, everyone, welcome to this episode titled The F Word. I have this beautiful guest in front of me. I mean, she is lighting up my screen. Sara.
Hello, hello.
I am so glad to have you on this show. Like, I am just bursting with excitement, and I don't even know how this conversation is going to flow, but I just feel like your story is oh my God, it's such a good one. So I want to jump right into it. And first, let's start off by, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Introduce yourself.
Okay. I am Sara Verdery. I am 38 years old. I live in Vermont. I was born and raised in Connecticut, but have been in Vermont for about 21 years now. I have a 4-year-old daughter, and I am currently going through major big life changes, but they're all really positive and great. New school, relationship, familial changes, new career, really exciting stuff. So that's where I'm at right now.
Like a total makeover going on right now, right?
For sure, for sure.
And I feel like this is a great segue because I feel like your story kind of led into all of this.
Definitely.
I was holding I don't like to say contest because it sounds cheesy, but I just wanted to inspire people to talk about, some changes that have happened in their life and things that they've learned so far in life, especially with 2020 being how it's been completely ridiculous. I mean, with all the nonsense. However, this inspired me to talk to you because you left such a great I loved your post, and you mentioned the F word in there that is very controversial. A lot of people feel a certain way about this word, okay? And they are on it. They're like, no. But you mentioned the word forgiveness. And out of everybody on that list, you were the only one that talked about this. And I was like, I need to talk to her. I need to find out her story. So the floor is yours. If you can take us on that journey with you, I'll jump in here and there, but the floor is yours, Miss Sara.
Yeah, the journey of forgiveness. It started for me, the want has been there inside of me probably, I'd say like since I got married. So when I was 20, in my late 20s in this serious relationship, and I realized that I had some things that I hadn't dealt with. I thought I had, but I hadn't. And so it sort of sat with me for a while. And then my mother got diagnosed with stage 4 brain cancer that had spread to her adrenal glands and her lungs. And that diagnosis happened in April of 2019. And at that point, I sort of had like a little crisis and realized I needed it was time. It was time to do the work. And so hey, life, right?
Right.
I tried on the iPad.
It's all good. It's all good.
So for me, that looked like finding a therapist. Finding a therapist that was going to work with me on trauma, on familial issues, and in a way of forgiveness. Because I was really angry.
And angry at who exactly, or what? What was
everyone? The world.
Okay.
But mostly my parents. I was angry at my parents. Because my childhood was not ideal, and there was a lot of stuff there that was left undealt with. And I really believe that almost all of our stuff, baggage, drama, whatever you want to call it, as adults, like it all is coming from our childhood.
Oh yeah, it's deeply rooted from childhood.
And maybe it wasn't in your household. Maybe your household was that amazing, safe, solid, stable place for you. Maybe it happened in school. Maybe you had something happen to you in, you know, outside of the household, but within the who knows? But like, we carry these things around. Like, where did they come from? And so I didn't want my relationship with my mom to end while I was still in this place of anger and resentment and confusion. A lot of unanswered questions. And so, yeah, that's sort of where it started.
Can I ask you, going back to being a teenager, or finally kind of growing your wings and leaving the house, when you left, was it already in your mind and your heart to be like, I'm out of here, I'm done, and not have that? Or were you always kind of hoping that
there was a lot,
there was happen?
I never fully like let go of anyone. Because the love is so deep. I was never, there was a point when I was pregnant where my mother and I got into an argument, and I thought that I was like, I don't have time for this right now. Like, I'm about to bring another baby into the world. This is like crazy. And that was before I started intentionally doing my work.
Okay. So there was
I was angry and I was upset, and I knew that there were things that were wrong, but I was never willing to just like walk away from my family, from my parents.
So it was kind of like
created a gap. There were years of creating a gap because I didn't want to put myself in an emotionally vulnerable situation.
Right.
But in that time, there was never any work being done on our relationships. So like, I created space for my immediate emotions, but we still weren't addressing
the deep issues, the real issues. Exactly.
So like, if we're not going to get down to the root of it, what are we even doing here?
Yeah. And it's
hard work. It's hard work.
So you guys were basically going about life. Is it safe to assume that you guys were just going about life as if, you know, the big elephant in the room wasn't there, and just ignoring?
Yeah. I mean, you know, there was trauma in my childhood that started like with the divorce, definitely. The way the divorce was handled in my family could have been better. Just communicating, you know, and this is what I mean about forgiveness. Okay. We're talking about the early 90s. Okay. We're talking about just time and place and people doing the best that they can with what they have. Okay. Right. And I was never in a place until I started doing my work where I was able to look at my parents and say they did the best they could with what they had. And once I was able to get there, everything else, you know, it's like I was able to then say, well, what were they given? And did they do better than their parents? Oh, yes, they did. Yes, ma'am. So, you know, was it ideal? Was it great? No. Did it create a lot of stuff that I've had to deal with as an adult now? Yes. Am I glad that I am who I am because I'm able to deal with it? Yes. You know, but it's like I was not, none of it happened until the forgiveness happened.
So that whole understanding of, you know, they did the best they could didn't come until after all the work happened. So this wasn't like your first thought.
Therapy. No, that was like 4 months into that was like 4 months into therapy. I was finally, you know, that took me walking in the door and being really just head on. I did not like tiptoe around what I was there for. I said, I don't know exactly what's going on, but I know that I'm really angry at my mom, and she is like stage 4 cancer, and I will not let this story end this way. So we need to figure it out. And it was like 4 months of therapy where she listened, she validated my feelings, she named neglect as abuse, because that's what it is.
Wow, that's deep.
And then she worked with me on, all right, you felt your feels. You felt those feels. Now let's forgive them, because you know that nobody is perfect, because you know that they did the best they could. Was it good enough for you? No. Was it the best they could? Yes.
Listen,
So,
I'm over here writing notes down, girl. You got me jotting notes in my own interview.
You're not going to be able to like do anything on any issue moving forward until someone is there to validate your feelings.
Yeah.
Because your feelings are valid. Even if others don't agree with them, they're yours. And we live in this society that loves to like tell us that like you're over emotional or you're too this. No.
Right.
No.
Right.
I'm emotionally intelligent, and I allow myself to feel the feelings so that I can move through them and grow and be better after.
Now, Sara, I want to ask you a question, because you just named some really, really deep stuff for people that need to move forward. You just said confronting the issue. So this cancer diagnosis that your mom had received kind of was that catapult to be like, okay,
100%.
Yeah, I need to face this. I have to face it. Then the next important part was that your mom acknowledged and validated everything that you were saying, or most of the things that you were saying, which allowed you guys to then move into the work of, okay, let's repair and rebuild and forgive. But what happens when someone goes to confront a situation and the other party, the other person, does not want to acknowledge or validate?
Fortunately, I don't know. I think that at that point, well, I tell you this, my therapist and I worked on strategies for if that's what happened.
Okay.
And we talked about, if that happened, what would my boundaries be moving forward? And if it was not received the way it was, I was just going to have to continue on the work by myself and look at another, forgiveness piece.
Right. Another path to get to where you're at. Do you think that you would have?
Fortunately, both my mother and my father, when presented with the conversations, they received. And I'm really grateful for that. And I haven't really run into a situation yet where I haven't been received. And I think part of that is because I'm not going in blind. I have a whole network, right? My therapist, my closest confidant friends. I have my siblings. Can I talk to my siblings about all my parents' stuff? No, but they're there for the other things, to hold space for, a financial advisor, because if I'm freaking out about my bills, I'm not able to take care of me. You know what I mean? So and that doesn't cost me money. I made sure I put my money in a bank where one of the things that I get is to sit down with someone once a month and do my bills. Doesn't cost me anything. You know what I mean? But it's peace of mind. So now I don't even think about it. You got to set yourself up, man.
Set yourself up for success, right?
Set yourself up for success. Work smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
Do it at your job.
For somebody else. Right. And we should be the most important thing We should be first, taking care of
And it was
ourselves
like this
first.
catalyst, Mo. Like once I decided to do it and I walked in there and I'm like, I just need to deal with my like mommy and daddy issues. And she's like, okay, well, that's what we're here for. Well, we got through those. I mean, they're still there. They're always going to be a work in progress. But the fact that I was able to have that conversation with my mom before she passed, multiple conversations before she passed, have so many questions answered, so many things be told. Like, I didn't know that, you know, what you don't know.
Yes, exactly.
And then to be able to then go to my father and have similar conversations. It was like, I'm not stopping now.
Right. Oh no. You started
on the way to Gravy Town, man. And
you started a catalyst.
All the way there.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
It has completely transformed my life. My life in the last year has consisted of getting my mother's diagnosis, massive reconstructive knee surgery, my mother passing, quitting my job to change careers.
Wow.
Ending a relationship that was unhealthy and kind of like toxic for both of us.
Yes.
Being the best mom I've ever been.
Wow.
Enrolling in school. It was it's just been a ricochet effect.
And
of positivity in life.
That's what I was going to say. It was just removing that one block out of the way, and then just like,
because it's the base. It's the childhood. The childhood is the roots of the tree. If they're infected, how am I growing up here when my roots are damaged?
Poisoned.
I gotta make these roots strong.
Yeah. Wow.
I lost all my leaves. Mona. You know?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I am a beautiful maple tree.
Yes, you are, girl.
Change my color.
Yes, you are. Oh my gosh.
Transform and grow every year. And what do I produce?
I love
maple syrup, the sweetest thing that there ever was.
You and your Vermont language. That was pure Vermont right there. Pure Vermont.
I'm so Vermont, dude.
They won't blame
me as a Vermonter. They're like, you don't get to be a Vermonter. You were born here. And I'm like, come on, dude. It's in my soul.
Listen, after that analogy, they're gonna have to. I'm gonna make sure we're gonna send this to the appropriate parties. All right. So my friends, my listeners, we're gonna take a break really quick. And when we come back, we're gonna continue with this deep knowledge with Sara. I mean, she is like rocking my world right now. I love it. I love it. We'll be right back after this message. All right, everybody, we are back with the F word with Sara. Listen, while we were on break, I was just telling her, I know that she is not super religious or nothing, but I'm going to start calling her Pastor Sara because she is giving me a whole sermon right now. I'm like showing her my notes. I'm scribbling notes down. I'm like, where do I send my tithes and offering? Sara, Pastor, this message is
my
so
grandfather
needed.
Would be proud. My grandfathers would be proud. I had grandfathers, the Reverend.
Well, look, you getting ordained right now on the Retrain Your Brain Effect. You are giving such a whole word. That's church talk for you, girl. You are telling the truth. Okay, a whole word. This is like, I felt this way when I talked to you the first time, and I told you that. Like, I was having goosebumps. You have just such a power behind what you are saying, and I know because it's real to you and you're living it, but there's a power behind what you're saying. Girl, look, if you ever want to become a full Christian, you are totally welcome. Okay, you are welcome in the family.
I love it.
Girl, I'm gonna let you go. Okay, I don't have not one question for you.
Where did we leave off?
You were just talking about, we left off with you removing that block of unforgiveness in your life, and it just flowed. It was a domino effect. It was, go ahead, girl. Look, I got my pen ready, go. Go,
Well,
Pastor,
it's like, so
go.
like once you, yeah, well, after it's like I forgave my parents, and then
Yes.
I realized like I needed to like forgive myself for some stuff too, maybe.
Mm.
You know, like
Ooh.
maybe like some of that trauma, all those years of not dealing with it, maybe led to some like decisions that like I'm not super proud of.
Mm.
And maybe I carry around these opinions of myself that like are not true. Um, and so then it's like, then the self-forgiveness started to happen. And that's when like,
That's the deep
that's
work.
when, that's when that's when like the joy started coming back, you
Mm.
know? Um, cause like, yeah, no one's perfect. It doesn't exist. Nobody makes the right choice every time. Nobody, you know what I mean? But like,
Yes.
I don't harm others.
Yeah.
I'm not mean, right?
Yeah.
I take care of those around me. I take care of my community. I do work within my community. You know, constantly am fighting for the underdog. Like, why am I sitting over here judging myself? Why am I
Yes.
sitting over here not forgiving myself for, you know, kissing too many boys when I was in my 20s? Like, really?
Mm.
That's what you're judging yourself for?
Right.
For because you think that like your body is too big, or because like that's what I really, you're gonna look at
Mm.
yourself and that's what you're gonna, and you carry that stuff around with you too, and you don't even know it's affecting you.
Yeah.
You don't even know.
Exactly. Exactly.
And then, you know, and these are things that like just came up in therapy. I didn't know
Mm.
they were there, you know? And it just, you're talking about one thing and one thing leads to another. Like, I think that every human in the world, I don't care if you think you're good. I think therapy for
At least
every adult,
one. At least one
therapy for
session.
every adult, you
Yeah.
go once or twice just to see, because,
Yes.
and maybe it's a psychiatrist, maybe it's a psychologist, maybe it's a social worker, maybe it's your pastor or
Mm-hmm.
your rabbi, maybe, but you go and you find a third party whose job it is to just listen,
Yeah.
make sure that you're staying healthy.
Mm-hmm.
That's their job.
Yes.
They're not there to judge you. They're not there, like, their job is, are you healthy? We're talking mental health, physical health, emotional health, spiritual health.
It has to all align. It has to all be in alignment.
You
It
can't
has
have
to.
one without the other.
No, it
Like,
can't.
you can't. They don't. It's not how it works. It's
No,
all or
and
nothing.
that's how people wear
And
themselves out.
and so, you know, I think that, and for me, because I had like some tough times in childhood, in high school, and it wasn't handled well by my family, by the adults in my life, not just
Mm.
my parents, the educators around me, the Girl Scout leaders around me, nobody did anything.
Mm.
You
Mm.
know, how do you not, forgiving those people too?
Mm.
It's all good, dude. It's fine.
Yes.
It's all
Yeah.
good. You got it. And so, yeah. And you, once you can forgive those that you love, forgive those that you don't love, you don't, like, and then forgive yourself,
Yes. Yeah.
you know?
You
And after that, it's like, so what's my truth? And then once you start figuring out what your truth is, dude, sky's the limit. Sky's the limit. What's your truth? My truth is that I'm a strong woman.
mm.
And I'm tall and I'm big and I'm loud and I'm proud. And I will confront you in the street if I don't know you and you're acting like an idiot or being inappropriate in public. I will hold space for you and listen to you. I will show you tough love. I will take care of you. I will feed you. I will be there for you. Like, these are great things, you know?
Yeah.
And so why do we always want to find what's wrong with ourselves? Why do we always want to find what's wrong with the people around us? What's wrong with the situation? Flip the script. Retrain your brain.
Hey, there's the plug.
Good.
Find the good.
Find the good in situations. And it's a lot. You find the good in situations. You find the good in yourself. You find good in the people around you. It's a lot easier to forgive them. It's a lot easier to wake up and look in the mirror and be happy with yourself. You know?
Yes. Yes.
But like, I feel like we're in this society where we're taught to just like do it yourself. And that's not a thing. If there is one thing that anybody could get out of this, doing it alone is not a thing. That's not a thing. It's never going to work. Find your community, build your support network. You know what I mean? I really struggle with this whole, and that's why when you put this out there, I was like, I got to get on this because I'm not afraid and I'm not ashamed and I will talk about the things and people need to hear it.
Yeah.
People need to hear it. This society, like, I don't believe that it is how most of us feel. I don't believe that the majority of us enjoy living in this society that we live in, but it's going to take us doing the work and doing the change, because even though I don't like it, I still do things all the time that are just ingrained in me. Do the work.
Yeah.
Be better for yourself. Forgive, you know?
And it's hard. It's not
really hard.
This is not light
really
work.
Hard.
It's hard. But you have to be
rock
determined.
Your whole world. You got to be ready. You got to be, you know, eating well, not using substances inappropriately of any kind. You need to be supported so that after that therapy session that was like just rocked your freaking world, you're like, what's your plan? Maybe going home to your 4-year-old right away isn't the best idea. Maybe you need to give yourself an extra half an hour to go get a cup of coffee. Self-care, which doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't.
That's so true.
You know, and
I feel like people forget about that self-care piece.
Going to the grocery store without your children is not self-care.
Thank you. Thank you.
Getting your hair done, quite honestly, is not self-care.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. I think self-care has become commercialized.
Your child to daycare when you have the day off is self-care.
There you go. And you're not a bad mom.
Having lunch
you're not
with
a bad mom for doing that.
Or by yourself is self-care. Cleaning your house and then just sitting there with your favorite tunes on, that's self-care.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like going for a walk, do a yoga class. Dude, I think I might sign up for a burlesque class.
Get out of here.
Why the hell not?
Get out of here.
Why not? Who cares? It's a bunch of women.
I love it, but that's such a random idea though. It's so cool.
So random, but I'm like, I need like the class. I need something for like me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was thinking about it. What do we want? It's like hip hop dance. Okay, I could do that, but my knees are kind of like, you know, I got the arthritis. And I was like, well, I mean, I don't have a man. I don't have any intention of getting a man anytime soon. But I'm on this journey of self-love.
Yeah.
So
of just loving, enjoying, and learning yourself.
Why not go be beautiful and celebrate my whole self with a bunch of other women for 6 weeks for an hour once a week, you know? And then maybe someday I'll meet a man.
And you got some moves to show him.
I'm sorry for our younger viewers.
Let me show you what I learned in my burlesque. Yeah, well, you become more interesting because you're learning yourself and you're developing yourself and you're just finding all these cool things about you.
Yeah.
I was going to say that going back on the point of self-care, that it seems to have become like this trendy thing and commercialized. And
Ugh.
some of those things that you mentioned are classified as self-care, going to get your hair done, hashtag
No.
self-care. No, it's not.
No, it's not. It's not, because it never has been before. So why is it now?
And then the things that
Is
are
it
literally
self-care for
self-care.
him to go get his hair done? Listen, good on them. They have their baseball leagues, their basketball leagues. They go hunting and fishing. They do
Yes.
it. Why
Yeah.
don't we?
Because we're made to feel bad when we do.
No.
We're made to feel bad when we do.
And that is where you say, no. And you forgive yourself for the society. You forgive society for putting you in this place, and you go and you do you anyway.
Right.
And for all of my friends that might be in like situations where they're like in a partnership where that's like not an option, I seriously encourage you to find a financial advisor and talk about what your options actually are.
Come on,
Because
Pastor.
women in
Look,
this country,
where's my handkerchief?
women in this country will be supported by their communities.
Yeah.
But you have to do the work and
You
ask
have to do the
for
work.
help. You have to ask for help.
Yeah.
But I am telling you,
girl,
women do it every day. Women do it who have tons of money, and women do it who have no money. What's it worth? You might not be getting any new clothes for a while. You might not be going to get your hair done as often right away.
But that freedom, it outweighs all of that freedom. And I've been in that situation, so I know that freedom. You can't put a price tag on that freedom.
No, you cannot.
You can't.
And once you find your self-worth, everyone around you realizes how much you're worth.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden you're attracting the caliber of people that you want. Because you just put yourself up there.
Oh yeah, you moved yourself to the top shelf.
Like, dude, don't dress for the job you have. Dress for the job you want. Don't dress for the man, dress for you. And you're going to find that the people that are attracted to you are like on your level.
There you go. There it is. There it is. Girl, Pastor, do you have any more? Your name is now Pastor. It's not Sara no more.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So like I was talking to Sara on the break, and I told her normally, you know, we have several parts to our shows, but she just totally knocked this out the park in one episode. You are now a Retrain Your Brain Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
However, this is not going to be the last time you're coming to the show. I'm doing this right now in public, recorded. This is not the last time.
No.
I need to have you back.
I got so much more.
I need to have you back. You have such a truth in your voice when you speak that like you are now just going to have to be an honorary like co-host. I'm just going to have you on. You just
oh my God, I would love it.
I need you here. Like your energy, the power, the truth, everything behind what you're saying is on point. And also touching, and just before we go, I just want to touch on the self-forgiveness as well. Self-forgiveness is not so much about, it's just like you were saying for your parents in the beginning, accepting that they did what they could with what they had. And it's the same thing for yourself. It's accepting that you did the best that you could with the knowledge that you had at the time. And it's letting go of those judgments those harsh judgments of yourself. And trying to see yourself the way the Creator sees you. Once you can start doing that, oh my gosh, your life is so free. Like you're less to judge yourself and more to enjoy yourself and enjoy who you are.
Exactly. Like, dude, you're exactly where you're supposed to be in life.
Yes. And who you're supposed to be.
And you're exactly who you're supposed to, even if you are in like, I'm, you know, dude, my life sucks right now. Okay. Well, you're supposed to be here. So find the lesson. Find it, ask for help, whatever the thing is, but you're here because this is, and it sucks, right? Because we're not all dealt the same hand. So it's like, oh, nice for you to say that. Nice for you to say that.
With your nice plant in the background.
And,
nice,
you don't know what I went through to get here. And I don't know what you went through to get there. So let's just not judge anybody. Let's just take it where it is. Find the help. Find your support system. Find your community. If you are a woman, especially, there are resources. If you are a non-white woman, there are resources. Okay. If you are in Vermont, find me. I will give you all the resources. I will walk that line with you.
The maple syrup and everything. Everything.
Yeah. Coffee with maple syrup while we do it.
I love that.
And so it's hard. I feel like I've been accused at times of seeming insensitive because I can be kind of blunt or just like matter of fact. And I don't want that to come across to anybody. I just, the work is hard. It's hard. It is what it is. And so it's like either you're willing to do it or you're not. And if you're not, that's okay. That it's
you're not there yet. Yeah.
And your situation isn't going to change though. So you have to know that.
Right. Yeah.
Everybody does everything in their own time. My mom didn't find happiness until she was 60.
Wow.
60. And she got like 8 years.
Wow.
True blue happiness.
Yeah.
Dude.
That freedom. Yeah.
38. Finding it before 40, dude.
Yeah.
Life is short.
Oh, you about to tear up the second half. You about to tear up the second half of this game.
So pumped. Dude, I'm so pumped. I've never been like 40, bring it on. Where am I going to be in 2 years? It's going to be epic.
Yes, exactly. Well, Sara, I don't want to leave you. I really, really don't. I mean, my paper is filled. Guys, if you're listening, I hope you guys have been jotting notes down. You can go back and replay YouTube. Make sure you subscribe because I don't want you to miss when Sara comes back on. Sara, you have been such a joy to have on this show. Oh my gosh.
It's been wonderful for me too.
Oh my gosh, such a joy. And I hope this is not the last that we hear from you. And I'm not only talking about this show, I'm talking about in general. I hope that you get out there and let your voice be heard in your way, in your own special way.
If anybody out there can help me, holler at me because I love to talk. And I got a lot to say, and I love people, and I love helping people, and I love, you're not alone.
Hey, tell people where they can find you on social media. I know you don't have anything official set up, but just the connection.
Facebook is public, and it is Sara Bear.
Okay.
I don't even know. I think
it's something
Sara
like
Bear.
that.
Something like that. We'll find it. Maybe
Sara with an H.
No H.
No H.
No H.
Okay. Gotcha.
And then I'm also on TikTok, and my TikTok is at 802 AUNTIE BEAR. So it's at 802 Auntie Bear.
No
my
dashes, no spaces.
Unfiltered.
Okay. Well,
it's unfiltered in a feminist power way.
Oh, okay. Because you were talking about burlesque shows and stuff. So
no. Oh, no. Not this queen. Not on the internet. No, thank you.
Oh, my gosh. No, I'm messing with you. I know you are classy all the way.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. One of my favorite phrases. Are you being classy or are you being trashy? We are only classy in this house.
Yes, ma'am. Pastor Auntie Sara.
I love it. Oh, that should be my catchphrase. Keep it classy.
There you go. I love it. Okay, Sarah. Well, I absolutely love you. I don't want to eat up any more of your time, but I adore you, and you will definitely be back. I'm telling you, I'm not asking you. You will definitely be back. My listeners on the podcast, listen, don't be shy. Hop over to YouTube. Come watch this interaction with Miss Sara and myself, and also subscribe. So make sure that you follow and don't miss out on any new shows that air every Wednesday. And if you are watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Comment, please leave questions and comments and some love for Pastor Auntie Sara or myself. You may make it on to the next episode. Sara, thank you so very much.
Thank you for having me.
I love you. I can feel your love all the way from cold Vermont. Is it cold out there right now?
So cold.
Oh,
like
girl.
50 today and rainy and
no. Well, I can feel you all the way over here in sunny Orlando. So
I'm coming for you.
I would love
for you once
to come hang out.
Coronavirus is over. Me and Edie, we're coming down.
Oh my gosh, I love her. I love her. Her hair flips.
I know. I've got all the short hair. She keeps it long. You know,
she is totally a mini you, and I love it. I love all of it. Okay, my love, you go ahead and keep being fabulous throughout this day. And all my listeners, I would like you to hang on for just a moment with Mo coming up next.